Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Monday night, and you are with the Team Up organization. And tonight we are celebrating. First of all, it's the 1st of August, and we're excited to be starting a new month. But boy, are we celebrating some amazing success from the end of the month of July. Tonight is very, very specific to celebrate four partners that are going to be representing Team Up in Punta Cana. And I'm just thrilled for them. I'm thrilled for them. And you're going to hear their stories tonight, and we're going to celebrate them. But what I know about these four partners is that they have some things in common. They all have different stories, different experiences, but they have a few things in common. Number one, they love Juice Plus. Okay. They love the powder that's in everything. Okay. All right. So they love the product. They love the company. They love the mission. And all four of them, even though they've had different experiences, made a decision. They all made it at different times, but they made a decision that Punta was something that they were going to achieve. Okay. They didn't depend on luck or chance. You make a decision and it shifts for you. It shifts everything. The power of making a decision. Instead of being reactive, they became incredibly proactive. That's what happens when you just, that line is in the sand. What a pun. I'm going to Punta and I'm putting my feet in the sand. So they did, the four of them. So tonight I thought that we would start with Amy Hopkins. Amy, are you there? You want to unmute yourself and let me say hello. There's our girl. There's Amy. I thought we'd start with Amy. Look how she's already practicing her Punta hairdos. Do you see that? Okay, so Amy. All right. When did you make the decision that you were going to Punta?
I will tell you, I made the decision last fall. Super Biome, they announced Super Biome, and somewhere in there at conference, they also announced the Punta Cana trip. And I'm pretty sure the decision was made that day. And in that moment, and that the trip was mine. It wasn't just it was like a commitment. Like, I knew in my heart, I just stopped negotiating with myself. I wasn't asking myself, can I do this? I was asking, what's my next step in this process? Right? I stopped negotiating with myself and start just sitting in certainty and start moving towards what I needed to do. So yeah.
And so when you say that, all right, so I have a formula for success. You guys have heard me train. Some of you have been hearing me train for 30 years. It's intention, belief, and action. Okay. How did you apply that to getting
Yeah.
to Punta?
So that decision really started my intention, right? Because belief, it's your bridge, Terry. Because when I started to plug in November 2019, this is one of your lessons, and I still have it written in my notes somewhere. But belief gets built through action. It doesn't always come, but it's that bridge between your intention and your actions, right? And so I think in October I shared I had 15 super biome orders go in. So, and they were doing like triple the points or whatever. So I made like 10,000 or 50, whatever, 15,000 points right off the bat just from that. And my intention was set, and I took some action. And then, of course, belief started to grow. And I was like, hey, this is possible. Right. So, I mean, that's the ticket right there.
There it
Um,
is. Yeah,
yeah.
you got into action and your belief grew. That's so
Hmm.
powerful. All right, so you're inspired to put feet in the sand. Over the weekend, I was thinking about a quote from Patanjali's. In case you don't know, Patanjali's is the father of yoga. And you don't have to have read the Yoga Sutras, but this is ancient, ancient wisdom. And I had read once that Patanjali said, when you are inspired by something, truly inspired, you break through human limitation and you find skills and talents that you did not know even existed. I saw that in you because I'm going to share this. You wrapped up the month with 6 new partners in 4 days. You were inspired. You broke through limitation. Is that correct? What did that feel like?
Yeah,
How did that come about?
it came about through surrender, through possibility. Someone said, Amy, this is possible. You could completely do this. And I was like, oh, you're right. I really mean this. Like when you surrender and you stop debating with yourself and stop negotiating your self-worth and your self-value as if your electric bill doesn't matters any less than anybody else's electric bill, you make the decision and you sit in that, intention gives you direction, belief grows through your action, right? And your action just creates momentum. And so, when you sit in that, your authentic self, you're certain, you get to love people truthfully and truly, right? And deeply. And that's what I did.
And you did. Well, you were just, I love the growth that happened through this process and watching you grow through it. So thank you. Thank you for representing Team Up when you get to Punta. And I know that there'll be a lot of fabulous pictures everywhere. Next up to bat, we have coming from Lubbock, Texas, Sarah Thomas. Sarah is going to be representing us in Punta. Okay, so Sarah, you hit the 30,000 points, I believe, at the end of June business because we celebrated you in July. When did you make the decision that you were going to take a run and a stab for Punta?
So initially in October, when I found out I missed conference, but Abby encouraged us like make a note in our phone. So I did that in October and November. I felt like I had a few new customers here and there, but then there was just kind of a lull and it was kind of out of sight. And I was like, okay, but all along I was really shooting to become POB qualified, QSSC by this September. And so as I began taking those steps, and then when we were at conference, Abby was next to me and we were kind of like, if I could do Strive for 5, April and May, it would be possible. I didn't get that either month. And so honestly, it was the end of June when I was like, this is actually within reach. I brought on 5 new partners in May, which that didn't really get me many points at all because they didn't have to place like that qualifying order. It just could be anything. But that really, built my belief and confidence and gave me the momentum. And that helped me earn points in July. So once I found out I was within reach and Abby was advocating for me, working some numbers, I was like, I'm going to get there. It's like whatever it took. And so within days, my goal was like before halfway through July to hit it. And so I did. And then I was like, I need the 5,000 more for level 2. So.
All right. I heard you say something recently. As a matter of fact, I heard you say it twice, where there was something about this incentive and an awareness that kind of came to you. Again, you were inspired, where you had been playing small. And this new felt courage. What was that all about? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I don't really know like exactly when it started. And I mean, I hate to fall on this, but like last year was the toughest of my life. My mom passed, I had Joey. So I think when you're in like that kind of crisis, you can either just like sulk in it or like pursue something, become better. And so I think I kind of did that, started putting things into action. And then, as things came to fruition, it gave me more motivation. But I've told someone else this, like, I kind of hate the statement, like, fake it till you make it. But I had the belief in the products, the business, and then I kind of had to like get out of my own way. But nobody else has to know like how much money I make a month or this or that. So if I just kind of project myself as like I'm already further up than I am, then eventually I'm going to get there. And I mean, by no means have I made it, but I'm progressing towards where I want to be. And I feel like that kind of helped me.
Of
So,
course, yeah, and that really shows. And then I heard you say something about, you know, something about your income and having control of your time and how strongly you feel about having this business be a source of income for yourself and your family.
yes. So I mean, you always see people sharing business opportunities, but like seeing more now the possibilities and knowing I'm a physical therapist, but it is so restricting when you work for someone else, like trying to ask off or send your kids to daycare somewhere 8 to 10 hours a day. So being able to like be in control of that, it's on my terms, and I can put in the effort to make more and share that with others. So I just really came into realization more and more this year, like what's possible and like why not me? So start starting to pursue that.
Yeah, why not you, right? Why not you? Okay, so now we kind of put to the bed. What inspires you to keep sharing Juice Plus?
I mean, yeah, ultimately helping others, like them and their kids. That's why I like being a physical therapist. That's why I like sharing Juice Plus and how it's impacted me. But having like people help hold me accountable, Abby, Sarah, that's been so helpful with events and just having my DMO. I have a spiral that I have each day, each week that I fall back on to keep me going. And then so right now back to school. And then I'll say one thing that's been huge is all the promos the company has done, like really focusing in on those that really helped me, like Strive for Five or like the Summer Sizzle, things like that, just to focus each month um are motivating.
Yeah, I love what's been happening to you. And then like just with Amy, I've loved watching the growth process that you've been going through. And I told you, I think maybe 6 months ago, I really feel that you were made for this. You were born for this. So congratulations. We expect. And is your husband excited about going to Punta?
Oh yeah, we're actually celebrating our 10-year anniversary in November, and we went to Punta for a honeymoon, so it's like full circle.
No, really? Oh
Yes.
my gosh, I didn't know that. That is so
Yes.
well, congratulations that you get to go
Thank
back. That is
you.
so much fun.
Yes.
Congratulations, honey. All right. Okay, let's go. I remember being at conference with Abby. Abby, you're next up to bat, my friend. When did you make the decision that you were going to be in Punta?
I remember when we were sitting next to each other and they announced this trip. And the company's never done anything like this before. And I've always thought it was so cool how people could, based on their efforts, earn themselves a trip. And so when the company launched this, I remember looking over at Terry and I'm like, I'm gonna be there. I don't care what I have to do, like I'm gonna be there. And so I made a decision sitting in that seat. And then I was like, okay, what do I have to do? Like, what does it look like? And all these messages started with leaders flooding in. They were sharing, like, okay, you need to get, I think, two new partners or one new partner, a promotion of that part of one partner, and then like this many orders every month to get what you need in order to get there. And so I know I've shared this before, but I created the Notes app on my phone, kind of like what Sarah talked about. Um, and I put Punta Cana and I had the note pinned on my notes and I
Mhm.
was tracking everything that I needed to get there. And then at the top of like my monthly focus, I would be like, Punta Cana, level X, Punta Cana, and like, this is what I need. Um, and as things happened and as orders came in, I would go and I would do the math and then I would subtract it. And it was like my brain was physically seeing in front of me, like the work that I was doing and how it was moving me
Mhm.
towards the finish line. Not just, I mean, the widget in our back office was great, but like the satisfaction of sitting there and doing the math and like seeing the work that I was doing and how it was impacting was so incredible. And so, um, a couple weeks ago, I don't know, I think I was a couple thousand from level 4. And really the big ways to get to level, like the levels, the big way to get the big numbers the last couple months has been summer sizzle and a promotion. And so I was like, okay. Um, I was very busy last week in McKinney doing stuff for my family's business. And so I was like, I'm bound and determined before I leave to wrap this up so that I don't have to think about it next week. And I'll be honest, there were a few moments where I was like, I don't know if this is gonna, like, if this doesn't come together, it doesn't come together. But I also was like, oh my goodness, airfare, covering my airfare would be so nice. And so anyway, It did. It came together, and it's just like the power of decision. And I think the other thing is like I've been putting, if you take anything away from what I share tonight, I have been using my notes app as like my DMO journal for over a year. And I go back on every single note. Like if I feel like I hit a rut with talking to people, I'll go back to like last July's note and I'll look at everybody that I talked to. It's all there. It's like the easiest digital system that you could have where you're not having to like save all these files on your computer. It's with you anywhere you go. And it doesn't say exactly what I said to them, but then I can go into, where I file that away and know like the last thing that we said. And so, anyway, it's almost every single month that I have written out like what I'm going to accomplish in that note, I do it. Now, I don't have a 100% success rate, but um, I would say 8 times out of 10, if I write it down, it happens. And it's the power of seeing it, believing it, and writing it out.
Yeah. Do you know what that is? I remember when we used to all get together and do vision boards. Okay. So your note apps is like a modern day real time vision board. Food for thought. That's need to do a deeper dive into that. At least I need to do a deeper dive into that. That is so great. Okay, so Punta, you hit level 4, everything is paid for. You and Zach, feet in the sands. It's beginning of August. Okay, there's kind of like when you hit this kind of incentive, there's a little bit of lull. It's human nature, a lull.
Yep.
That's it. It's human nature. It's human nature. What inspires you to get up this week and keep sharing the message of Juice Plus?
Yeah. I shared that with Terry today. I was like, I woke up today and I was like, whew, okay, I'm kind of tired, and so you allow yourself to feel that and then you move through it. And as I was reflecting today, building, yes, of course, building this business and this life where I get to do things on my terms and be there for my kids and participate in all these things is incredible. But like going deeper is like heading into, as I was reflecting on this, heading into the school year, like the moms that are exhausted and burnout and stressed, and the kids that are absolutely wild because of the food they're being given and they can't focus, and their mom is like, going crazy because she can't, this is what she deals with all day long. She doesn't feel like she gets a break. And I just know that, and I've witnessed it with my own eyes, moms that I've locked arms with that have watched the trajectory of their family and the trajectory of their life change. And so it's like, who can I help as we head into a season where a lot of people are like, oh, it's already starting to show up on my social media, like all the things to eliminate the germs, heading into school. And so that to me is so powerful.
Wow. Thank you. The exhausted mom. There's your new inspiration, Abby. There's your new inspiration. Thank you. We're so proud of you for leading the charge. And you're gonna have just the best time. Love you and appreciate you so much. All right. Last but certainly not least. All right, I'm gonna set the stage for this one. All right, you know that Monday morning, many of us get together. We call ourselves the Whammers Weekly Accountability Meeting. And with 7 days left in the month, I just posted a message on the Wham group, and I said, "What is one thing that you want to accomplish before the end of the month?" We have 7 days. With 7 days left, what is one thing that you want to accomplish? And we got who said customers, who said 2 new customers, who said 1 partner plus, that kind of thing. And out of nowhere, Pamelia Parker with 7 days left in the month wrote one word in capital letters: Punta. I almost literally fell off the stool in the kitchen. Okay, Pamelia Parker, congratulations. You made the decision to go to Punta with 7 days left towards this incentive. Welcome to the call. All right.
Thank you.
So, what inspired you with 7 days left? I don't remember how many points you needed to get, but you can share that.
I think I
What
needed
inspired you to do this really in 7 days?
It was like 9,000.
Yeah, I think it was 9,500 or something like that.
9,530 is sticking in my head. I don't know.
7 days, guys.
So I'm just going to be very honest here. There was no way in hell that Amy was going to Punta Cana without me. And I'm serious. Like, that is what, when you wrote that up, I thought, and she put something, I thought, oh my God, she is not going without me. Like, how can she go on this trip without me? Like, it's just, that was it. So I was like, just put it in there. Okay. Just put it in there and let's see how you can do it. And even though Abby's gone off screen, I left Abby a message about something, and Abby's like, oh my goodness. She's like, just one customer, have them, if you have a customer, just have them sign up, get the discount, and it's X amount of points. And I was like, oh my God, my brain does not think numbers. So Abby put the numbers in my head. And I was like, I can do this. I have so much else going on. And I was like, what if I put that stuff on the shelf and just went for Punta Cana? Let's give it 5 days and see where I go. So my belief was that I can do anything, like anything's possible, but it was somewhere in here. It was something that I said when I stopped making other people's decisions. And Terry was like, just ask your realtor. And I was like, well, and I'm coming up with blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And once I did that, and he was like, of course I'd help you. I'm like, okay. You were so done with making other people's decisions before you even ask them a question. So my action was staying, Abby just put it was 9,150. So I stayed completely present, and I was sitting there, and every day I'm like, okay, there's no fear, there's no past, and there's no future. Where are my feet? My feet are right here. Just ask for what I want, which was really hard. But I was like, if I'm standing in nothing, that anything's possible. So my ask was very simple. I just said to people, I was like, I have this great incentive to earn a trip to Punta Cana, and I know you're interested in Juice Plus, and would you be open to hearing how you could save money, get the products, and help me reach my goal at the same time? I have a hard time asking for things for myself. I have purchased a bathing suit. I just want you to know. It's on its way. And that could be for Tampa. It could be for my scuba diving trip coming up. But anyhow, my main goal was buy the bathing suit too. So I bought the bathing suit. But that's how I got 5 partners. In 6 days, it was one person who's already a partner and then her best friend who was visiting. I mean, how could she not? Her kids were over here raiding my pantry with the gummies. And they're 10, 7, and 5. My real estate agent, another woman who said that she wanted them. And of all people, my sister, who's poo-pooed Juice Plus, but loves, right? I said to my sister, I'm like, would you want to help me get to Punta Cana? She's like, oh, hell yeah. What do I have to do? I mean, she loves the super biome. She loves the super biome. So anyhow, that's how I did it. It was Amy. It was the A's, the Amy's, the Abby's, but it was that simple. And that's why I started to ask for help. I asked Abby for help for something, and she just came up with that. And I was like, why? Like, my brain just doesn't go there. So on that level. And then my sister was like, oh, if you need points to get there, I've got points. So I'm not paying airfare anyhow. She's, she's like, what level did you get? I told her about the levels. So I've been using that actually. You want to know about August, right?
Well, now, okay, so congratulations. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I saw that shift in you that, don't make the decision for them. And I thought a shift in you when it was a brave thing for you to ask your realtor, yes, but it was also a very brave thing for you to ask your sister. And the reaction that you got from her, to me, it just opened up the floodgates emotionally for me, because that was an act of love and support from your family. I thought that was so beautiful. All right. So what's going to inspire you to keep doing business in August and throughout the year?
Well, I have to tell you that what you do one place leaks out everywhere. I had a discussion with Amy. I called her about 7:30 tonight, like, oh my God, I had something else, and all of a sudden I realized I was making someone's decision before it. But so I was thinking about this after you left the message. And what inspires me going forward is that national marketing director has now moved from my head to my heart. The fact that I can make it, because I can go out and ask people. And if I keep thinking, don't make the decision for them. Who do I want? Because I would always be like, who do I want on my dream team? And then I'd make the decision for them why they would say no, right? You pick out those 5 people and then I'd make that decision for them. But anything is possible if I stop making other people's decisions for them. Stay present, take action. I mean, my life right now is blowing up, but in so many good ways. I don't know if you've seen the Instagram when you make a decision and then it shows like the inferno and the tidal wave and all this stuff going on behind the person. That's what's going on. But I'm right here. I don't know how else to put it.
It's perfect. You don't have to, it's absolutely a perfect message. And thus, my friends, is why these 4 ladies are going to have feet in the sand and celebrating in Punta, representing all of us. Job well done. So proud of all 4 of you. And to inspire us as we're moving forward, Kathy, would you pull up that image? Abby created an incredible image. I think I posted it on some of our Facebook pages, but we're still in the middle of summer sizzle. So I love this. We're not calling it the sample box. Abby changed it up, the back to school box. Same incentive, change the word. Isn't this beautiful? So $10 partner sign up fee and get your back to school sample box. It's so perfect. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Abby, for that. And then an event that Abby is doing this month that she's invited all of us to participate in. Abby, with 3 sideline buddies, is doing a back to school event. Kathy's going to pull that up for us. So that is Thursday night, August 13th. And so if you're interested, let us know and we'll get the flyer for you with the Zoom ID on it. Okay. But look at that flyer. Back to school, healthy hacks for a strong and successful school year in every way and every age. Okay. Now look at the lineup of speakers. I know this is going to be a little different, but you're all invited to participate so that you can stay inspired or become inspired in the month of August. And one last thing, because we are a group that shows up tomorrow, don't miss our August business launch call with the home office, with the corporate team. Of course, it's going to be hosted by Stacy, but the guest speaker is going to be Jenna. Of course, she was one of the first, like Abby, to hit the Punta incentive. But also, we're going to hear from Dave Fleming, who is our new Senior Vice President of Global Sales and Strategy, personal bestie of Mike Glomer. So I'm kind of excited to hear from him and get to know him better. And it's still not too late. If you've not yet made a decision to go to Tampa, I'm just going to say, come on along, because there's plenty of room and we would love to all be together in Tampa. So does anybody have any closing comments before we say good night? And get ready, guys. I'm going to be there from Wednesday to Saturday. I'm going to be there from Wednesday to Sunday. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Amy Hopkins, Abi Nowlin, Sarah Thomas, Pamelia Parker. Job well done, guys. Unmute yourself and give them an amazing congratulations.
Awesome job, everybody.
Congratulations. Excellent.
So exciting.
Excellent.
Good job, guys. Good job. Take care. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Night.
Bye. Hey, I'm just jumping